Good morning, students. Good morning to all. So, yesterday we have studied some of the rights of partners. Have you remember? Okay, just 5 minutes we will just remind about the rights of partnership. After that, we will go to the next concept. Okay. So, first right of the partners is right to take part in business. So, all the partners have the right to take part in their business, and they have able to take all the decisions related to their business activities. And when they take part the daily basis of the business. Next, right to be consulted. So all the partners having the rights to be consulting with the other partners. So every partner has the right to be consulted in all the matters concerning the firm. So the decision of the majority will prevail in all the routine matters. So if they want to take any of the decision in the routine matters, so some of the majority decision is enough. But in the same time, where the matter is of fundamental importance, such as the admission of new partners, change in the nature of business, etc., decision must be unanimous. If any of the partners want to bring the new partners within the existing business organizations, a change in the nature of the business, so the consulting or the decision or the consent of all the partners must be have the unanimous. Next, rights of access to book, record and document. So every partners has the right to access the books are maintained in the business organizations and record and all type of the accounts and documents is able to access. But in the same time, if any of them need to take a copy also is allowed in these business organizations. So normally when we are contacting any of the business organizations, we'll be maintain some of the books and accounts and some of the records and document everything. So all the books and accounts and documents is accessed and checked by all the members. And if any of them need to take the hard copy, they can take it. Next, right to share profit. So all the partners are having the rights to sharing their profit. For that, before making the agreement, they have to mention the ratio of the sharingness. If it is not doing like so in before itself, they have to sharing their profit as equally. Next, right to receive interest. So already we have studied. So the every partners has the rights to receiving the interest on their made the investment. So on the investment level, so they have able to get the interest. For receiving the interest also, they have the special rights. And the interest is also must be mentioned in this document. Document means so the partnership deed. If it is not mentioned in this partnership deed, the 60% of interest per annum have to received by the any members from these organizations. Next, right to be indemnified. Every partner has the right to be indemnified by the firm for all acts or other partners in the ordinary course of the business. So all the partners are doing some of the business, or some of the individual partners will be doing all the activities on behalf of all the members. Suppose if all other partners, if any of the other partners are doing some mistake, and because of that, if any of the problem is, any of the loss is arranged, so the individual persons can have the rights to be claim the indemnify from the business organizations. Next, rights to use partnership property for the business organizations. So in these business organizations, so all the partners may have bought some of the properties. For example, the car or some of the property may be bought. So every partner also has the rights to use that partnership property for their business purposes. So without business purposes, they should not use this partnership property for their own. But if they want to doing something unrelated to their business activity, they can use their property. It's a right to retirement. So the age and the process of retirement already has been mentioned in this partnership deed. So on the basis of mentioned age, so every partner has the right to get the retirement from the business organizations. So after getting the retirement, so they have some of the rights to claiming the pension and other type of the incentives from the business organizations. Next, right to continue. Right to continue mean, so as we studied before itself, some of the partnership come to an end with the dissolve of the other partners. But in this course, if any one of the partners are not having the like to dissolving the partners, and if they want to continuing the organizations, they can continue after dissolving by other partners. Okay, so every partners also has the right to continue their business organizations after dissolving the partnerships. Okay, so nine rights are there among the partnerships. So today we will study some of the duties of partners. So what are the duties have to undertaken by the partnerships? So duties of partners. When they have the right to doing something, in the same time they have some of the duties. See, these all duties must be carried by all the partners without fail. So first one of the duty is duty to carry on their business. So every partner has to carry on the business of the firm to the maximum advantages of all the partners. So here, even if more profit is earned by a single person, the profit is going to share with all the members. Okay, so all the members have to carry on their business activity with the objective of earning more profit. Even some of the partners are not doing as not activity, not doing the business activity as a active. So a single partner has to carry on their business activity as efficient way for the purpose of claiming or sharing the profit with all among the partners. So the maximum advantages also have to share with the other partners. So because of that, some of the members will not get the interest to carry on their business, and they will go to the other business. So in this area, if some of the other persons or all the persons are lost their interest, the business activity wholly will be dropped. So every partners also has to do some of the duty to carry on their business. Next, duty to be true. So every partner must be true for their other members, other partners, just and faithful to one another. So any one of the fraudulent activity of one partner also will be affect whole partners in the partnership organizations. Okay, so everyone has to be true and just and faithful to others. So there must be utmost good faith in the fair dealings. So without knowing of other partners, no single persons should not have the dealing with the third persons. And what are the accounts are going to maintain, so we have to expose with the openly. So in such a way, so all the partners have to be as very truly. Next, duty to render the true accounts. So a partner is bound to keep and render a true and full accounts of the partnership. because some of the, even if there is more partners are there, any one or two partners only will have the more knowledge and skill to maintaining their accounts. So in this time, so that persons are having some of the chance to make the fake accounts. Okay, so this fake accounts is also will be affect the all the members in these business organizations. Okay, so even though the partners must be keep and renting their true and full accounts of the partnership to other partners, he must produce relevant vouchers for the expenses incurred by him and hand over to the firm all amounts which have come into his hands as a partners. Okay, how much amount is came into the business organizations, or how much amount is spent to the spent by the business organizations, everything will be submitted to their business organizations, and all other partners have to get the good faith on any one single partner so as to get the confident. Next, duty to indemnify the firm. So every partner must indemnify the firm for any loss caused by his fraud or willful negligence in the conduct of business. Suppose in this business organization, if any one of the partners are doing some of the fraudulent activity, or some of the losses is arised because of the willful negligence, he has to take the duty to make the indemnify to the other partners, because other partners will not take the responsibility to during the loss caused by a single person. Okay, so all the partners also has one of the duty to indemnify the firm. Next, duty the share the loss. So every partner is bound to share the losses in the agreed ratio. In the absence of an agreed ratio, it must be borne equally. So without having any one of the separate persons reasons, unfortunately some of the problems or some of the losses will be arised. So if it is any loss arised, so all the partners have to take the equal responsibilities. So otherwise, if it is not possible to take the equal responsibilities, they have to mention in this partnership deed. So on the basis of mentioned ratio amount of the sharing loss, so the partners have to share. Next, duty to claim remunerations. So no partner, including a managing partner, is entitled to any remunerations. So the remunerations may be in the form of salary or commissions or incentives in any of the way for the work done by him. So unless there is an agreement to the contrary. Okay. So if there is no agreement in the controversy, so all the persons also have to get the duty to claim the remunerations. Next, duty not to use firm's property for personal use. So all the persons are having the rights to using the firm's property only for the purpose of business activity, not for their personal use. Okay, even if it is any urgent or most urgent, so the partners should not use the firm's property for their personal use. If anyone used in any of the time, then automatically all the members will use the firm's property for their personal use, and all the income and some of the misunderstanding also will arise among these partnership organizations. Next, duty not to carry on competing business. Competing business means no partner can carry on a competing business. If he does so, he should surrender to the firm all profits earned by him in such business. So no partner is allowed to earn secret profit. Okay. So even some of the partners are having the specialized skill to conducting the partnership organizations along with the separate organizations. So the other partners will not allow to doing like so. Okay, so no partner should make the special or under dealing with the third parties, and if any of them doing like so, they have to submit the profit to other partners. Okay, so because of that they will make the competing business. So next, duty to act within scope of his authorities. So every partners has the specialized duty, a specialized task to complete their work. So all the partners must be complete assigned their work. In the same time, that no partner should going to or intervene to other partners work on task. So when they are doing like so, some of the specialized work will be failed, and the productivity of the labor also will be reduced. Okay, so all the partners must act within the scope of his authority. So beyond their scope, no partner should go to the another area. Next, duty to consult other partners. So no partner can assign or transfer without the consent of all other partners his interest in the firm to any other person so as to make him as partner therefore. Okay, so all the partners can have the right to make the consulting with the other partners before assigning or transferring his interest in partnership. But in the same time, some of the partners will have the special or some mutual understand. So when their mutual understand is earning some of the profit, and if it is not making any of the problem, so other partners also have to allow to doing the work together. For that also every partners has to doing. So here the 10 types of the duties are there. The 10 duties must be carried out by all the partners. Duty to carry on business and to be true. Every partners must be true for other members. Next, render the true accounts. Okay, so one or two partners or all the partners are those who maintain the accounts. So the accounts must be maintained as true, and it will be rendering the true accounts to other members. Next, indemnify the firm. Okay, so all the partners also have the power to indemnify if any of the profit or loss is arised. So all the partners have to take the full responsibility. Like that, share the losses. So all the partners must be share the losses arised in these business organizations caused by a single or any other causes. Next, claim remunerations. So they will have the remunerations. The remunerations also will be claimed by other partners. Next, not use the firm's property for the personal use. Okay. Next, carry on competing business. Next, the scope of his authority consult other partners. Okay. Next, liabilities of partners. Liabilities mean already I told in the beginning itself. Liability means just to keep in your mind as the responsibility. Okay, the responsibility of the partners. Okay. So first, the joint and several liabilities. So all the partners also has the different type of the liabilities. So first one of the types of the liability is joint or the several liabilities. So every partner is jointly and severally liable for all acts of the firm. Okay, for doing some of the activity, business activity. So all the partners have the joint liabilities, and sometimes they will have the several differentiate liabilities. For completing the assigned task, they have the joint responsibility, and completing some of the specialized work, they will have the several liabilities, and sharing the loss to sharing the loss, they have the joint liabilities. Okay, so every partner is jointly and severally liable for all the acts of the firm. So it means that in case the assets are inadequate for meeting the claims of creditors, even their personal property should be made to available. Okay, suppose if the partnership organization's property is not sufficient to give back to the creditors, so all the partners must be taking the joint and several liabilities to give back the money to the creditors altogether. Okay, because in this partnership, no single partner has the right to making the rebate the money. Okay, so all the partners has the joint and several liabilities. The creditors can recover their claims from all the partners. So the creditors also can able to claim the losses or borrowed the money from all the partners. Next, liable for any loss to third party. Liable for any loss to third party mean some of the loss will arise to the third party. So the firm is liable for any loss caused to the third party because of a wrongful act done in the ordinary course of business. It means that every partner is liable. Sometimes our customer, okay, so the third party means just you will remember that third party means to the customer. Suppose in our business activities, any of the customers get some of the loss because of the wrongful act done by any of the single partner, so the third party can claim some of the losses from the business organizations, but the loss is taken by all the partners as together. Okay, so the third parties also can have the right to claim the loss from the business organizations, but the bearing loss is taken by all the partners as together. Next, liability to the third party to make good the loss. Sometimes some of the loss will be erased caused by the third party. So the third parties also may be the reasons to erasing the loss in the business organizations. So even though if it is like so the all the partners has the responsibility to solving this problem because the organizations cannot doing anything. They can have the right to make the legal activities, but the laws is must be fulfilled by the all partners. Okay, good. So the three responsibilities are there. First, joint and several liabilities. Joint and several liabilities means, so any case some of the assets are inadequate for meeting the claims of creditors, even their personal properties should be made available. Next, liable for any loss to third party. So if any of the third party is affected by the wrongful act with the single partner in the organization, so all the partners have to take the responsibility. So someone next, liability to third party to make the good loss. So if any of the loss is erased caused by the third party, so all the partners also has to take the same responsibility. Okay, student. Next, types of partnership. Types of partnerships. So different types of the partnerships are there. Partnership means the partnership organizations. The partnership is one of the agreement only. Okay. So the partnership may be the time. Okay. So the partnership has the different types, or one of the agreement, or this one of the task. In whichever type the partnership will be assigned mean. First, partnership at will. At will mean at willingness. So some of the partnership will be created at the willingness of the members or the willingness of partners. So the partnership formed to carry on business for an undefined period is called partnership at will. So normally, so without having union of the task or without prescribed the particular time, if you are conducting any of the business activity by the willingness of some particular persons, that's called partnership at will, because on the basis of the willingness of some of the particular persons only the organization is going to happen. Okay, normally in our area also some of the hotels will be conducted by some of the friends jointly. Okay, so in this type of the partnership organizations will not come to an end with the short period. Okay, and there is no need to make the agreement also. Okay, this type of the organization, so the partnership building organization. In other words, no time limit is specified for the continuance of the firm. Okay, normally in this constructing building, in the constructing industry, some of the partnership will be made by prescribed the time limit, but some of the organizations without mentioning the time limit they will start it. After that, that persons also don't know when it will come to an end. So without knowing the time of ending of the business organizations, if it is continuous, if it is undertaking continuously without fail, so we can say the partnership is formed by a willingness of the all other partners. But this is called partnership at will. Okay, students, so the types of partnership, for explaining the types of partnership, some time will be taken. So tomorrow we will go some elaborating. Okay, so today some of the duties and the liabilities of partner. The duties of partner and the liabilities of partners is there. Just take this as your study portions. Okay, so in this area if you have any doubt please ask me, I will tell you. Thank you.